We are live.
All right.
We are live. Not quite halftime yet. We're going to start posting the links. I posted the link in the chat if you want to do some Twitter stuff. They're going for it. I'm surprised.
I'm not. I mean, I think you take a look here. But like the first time something bad happens, you give it up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like in that much of a hurry.
Yeah. 17 seconds left. If I'm
this is when you deal it here. Yep.
Yeah.
Like you try to connect one more there, and if it's there, great. If it's not, you call it. Where'd you put the link to this?
In the thread.
In the thread, right?
Yeah. So, got a couple people in the chat already. Red zone play calling has been bad, yeah. They ran for it. Are they going to throw a bomb? That'd be interesting. They did call a timeout. 13 seconds to go. On their own, about 40. That's a long way to go.
That's a really long way.
Hello, Matt Pendleton in the chat room. How are you? Play calling has been a little weird.
Play calling's been fucking garbage. I mean, especially when it seemed like they figured out, what they were doing there on that drive that got down in the red zone, and then it completely fell apart after the false start.
Jeff
I don't understand why you're running the ball with that ability, and then you start to get cute with some of these, weird options and reads and stuff. I don't.
Jeff, we're live, by the way.
Oh.
We're already live, Jeff.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Very good to know.
Yeah, put your pants on, man. It's fine.
No, I don't want to be in like, the text I just got that this is our pregame talks, sometime pre-show.
Yeah, thank you for that information.
Agree. Yeah, someone said that.
Half of football right there.
What's that?
Exhilarating half of football. Like the old.
Yeah. Fumble it. That's going to be the half.
I'm very upset that Larry's like 5 seconds ahead of my feed here. It must be coming from down south or something.
That's half.
Was that Nachami again? Okay.
Another guy who could be in the NFL, by the way.
Well, none of these fucking guys are gonna be in the NFL. They play like this. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair. To be fair with it, I mean, the defense has been good. The defense.
Hey,
has been,
real quick, Jeff.
Good.
Jeff, can you post this on Twitter? Are you gonna Twitter?
I put it on the. Jeff should retweet it. I put it on.
Okay, retweet it. Retweet it. Yeah.
Retweet. That'll be twitting.
Okay, not the half we expected, guys.
Oh, it's a half I expected. Fuck you.
That's true.
I was the one being called the Debbie Downer, and I'm
pessimist.
Always negative about this, that, and the other thing. I have seen this game like every year for the past 5 years. They always do it. It was either going to be this one or Kent State. It looks like it's going to be this one. That doesn't mean they have to lose. They're certainly in this game. They certainly look better than Illinois, I think, over most of the game. I suspect that Dan Enos was not expecting that Illinois' defense was going to sit back and drop 7 or 8 most of the time. They've got to really try to establish the run. They've got to really just try and go downhill. It feels like there's been a lot of times they've been trying to work to the outside and hasn't worked. I don't know, man. The defense has done their job. It's just the offense has to step up. It's not like Leah's been bad. I just feel like the player's been put in a bad position here.
Did you see? Confused. He's back there all day.
Yeah.
He's got time. Yeah.
What?
Did you see the post that I made in the prediction thread? My post said Illinois is going to overcompensate for the good wide receivers. Chig and TFD are going to have big days. Well, Illinois is overcompensating for their wide receivers, but they're not. They're not.
I mean, and Maryland started to get the run going a little bit there. I mean, they had Jacobs had a
Yeah.
decent lead, had that long one, and I don't know how they had a carry since then. I'm trying to remember if Boone's run where Boone got a little bit going too. Probably, yeah. I agree. They need to run the ball more in the second half. Clearly,
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a rare thing for us to be begging for Maryland to run the ball, but in this particular case, I mean, it looks like it's there.
Football.
A lot of negative comments about the play calling in the chat, in the live chat, like you were saying, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, everybody gets excited and they have reasons to be excited. I mean, this is the type of team that looks like it's got the type of weapons, especially on the defense. I mean, how many times have we had the only thing that seems to make this situation different than the usual one is that Maryland's defense actually looks like it's better than the offense. And
That was what. Hey, that's what I said all summer,
Yep.
right?
Yep, no.
Everybody's in love with Leah. They're in love with Demas, Jared, but the defense has overall more experience and better players. And Leah still isn't proven. You know, he looked great in the first. Howard means nothing, obviously. He looked great
Right.
against West Virginia. But on the road, we saw on the road last year, Northwestern, it was his worst game that he had. Indiana, he played really poorly. So he has to show he can play on the road. I mean, Illinois gave up 42 to UVA. I don't think UVA even has a really good offense.
they gave up 37 to Texas San Antonio. So
Whatever the hell that is, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's
Too.
it's certainly not going well. I don't think Leah's the biggest problem here. I think Enos has been way too cute to what he's trying to do. And it feels like Maryland's got.
Receivers are getting open though. It doesn't seem like the receivers, because unless his vision is just really bad tonight, nobody's getting open much.
Well, they're dropping two.
By Barrett was the only exception.
Right. I mean, they're dropping two safeties, and a lot of times you see 7 or 8 in coverage. And to be honest, it looks like they're getting a really good read on our play calls, because a lot of times it feels like, it would be suicide to drop that many guys in coverage when Maryland might run the ball. They'd have 10 free yards. But it seems like every time so far they've kind of guessed right. And I don't know whether that's just something that they picked up on in tape or what have you. But I mean, it's got to get fixed. I mean, I feel like the yards are there.
Talia's stats are not bad. 14 to 20,
way better.
70% for 142. That's not bad.
He's had a lot of short ones, but yeah, I didn't think they'd be quite that good defensively, though. Man, that defensive backfield is good. Their coverage is really good, especially when you're missing a starter with Banks. I don't know what was the deal with that target. Did that look like targeting to you? It looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder hit to me on Mosley.
You mean the Mosley one or the Gator one?
So the Mosley Gator was ridiculous. I tweeted
that was bad.
He thought he was Bobby Boucher for a second.
Yeah,
he was clearly like trying to jump to get to the ball, but like he didn't get the ball and he got all of the quarterback's heads. So
it was really entertaining though.
Yeah, but the Mosley one, I mean, that was shoulder. That was shoulder, and I don't even know why they looked at it.
Yeah,
if that's targeting
something, because they were talking about it like, oh yeah, that looks like targeting. Like, where?
If that's targeting, you're gonna eject 5 guys a game.
They had another big hit that was almost targeting too. That wide receiver in the flat, he got decked.
Yeah, well,
Williams,
both great, the young safety.
That was
Maryland
close too, but not quite.
This is a hitting team. They're like the dirty Terps of the early. These guys come out and lay the wood. The coverage is great. That defensive front is really good. You're without Mosiah Kite, who's one of your best defensive linemen, and I saw Tyzay Johnson, the freshman, make a play or two. Sam O had the sack. So
Chami has 2 sacks now.
Did you hear the announcers mistakenly say that Terrence Lewis was in the game? I was like, what? Are you serious?
Because I know that he's not. Clearly, when I did a double take, I was like, that guy's not nearly big enough. But that was Corey Coley, who's another one of the very few true freshmen who they like enough to really play right now. Another kid from Florida. I mean, they're pretty much all the kids who are playing early are mostly from Florida. But yeah, that threw me for a loop too.
A lot of chat saying we got to run the ball. We got to run the ball.
Well, let me see what they're averaging.
Asking for Penny Boone.
They're
Couple of
averaging
people talked
3.3
about Penny
right now,
Boone.
so. But most of that was early on when they couldn't run at all, and then they got it going. They do need to run it more. I'm looking at the yards right now.
Somebody thinks we should fire Terge for this poor performance in the first half. That's a funny comment.
I respect that.
Blame it on Terge.
I don't know. I mean, the one thing is, look, Maryland gets the ball back at the half. I mean, I feel like you've got your 15 minutes here. They've got enough quality control guys to figure out they're really dropping back on defense. You got to run the ball, and you've got to get more quick hitters out there and take advantage of that space in that 5 to 10 yard intermediate area behind the line. I feel like if you're trying to get on the outside, they've been able to cover that pretty well. They're covering you deep. You got to take the middle. Go for the middle. If it means you're throwing some balls into some tight spaces, you know, Leah's got to be the guy or not be the guy. I mean, let's figure it out now.
He looks tight to me. I don't think he likes playing on the road. That first series or second series, he did that jump pass for some reason that sailed way over Jared's head. He had the one in the end zone to Fleet that would have been it would have been a perfect
throw. That was a tough
throw. It would have been tough, but he missed on that one anyways. He let it go too late. There wasn't enough room left by the time he let it go. And then he threw this short crossing one to Demas on 3rd and long. I mean, I guess at that point you're just trying, if he throws the pick, then we kill him too. But and so he just looks, and I think he's missed one. I mean, the numbers look good, 14 of 20, and 140 yards, but he's only at, Illinois is averaging 22 yards per reception. Maryland's averaging 10. So.
Somebody asking about Jacobs if he's injured, but he ran at least one time.
He did have a couple plays, but
he went hard. He
was the one who cut back and got that first down.
2 attempts for 5 yards. Yeah. Someone else, more comments about the clock management. We were talking about that timeout. Once you get sacked and it's 3rd and 12 from your own 45, you don't call the timeout there. It's very unlikely Illinois does anything, but still you give them that small percent chance.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's okay, but given the way the game was going, it probably
not on 3rd and 12, maybe on 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
They almost completed it, though. They were really close.
I feel like his confidence just got shot like a couple years ago. As a freshman, he was like 12 of 14. He was money in the bank.
The Trino,
and he, you knew, I had a feeling when he went up there for both of those that he might. The first one looked to me like he had missed at first, and the second, they're both 32. So I would not be surprised because Loxton let the Beatty kid, the transfer from Oregon, kick a little bit in the Howard game. He kicked a field goal or two. I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe after one more miss, but I wouldn't,
I mean, that's, college kickers, right? I mean, this happens all over the country, but at the same time, if you're going to destroy the kid's confidence, he's got to earn that. So probably one more kick, but
one more. I bet you it's not more than one more. I mean, he's missed. His third miss in 3 games. I think the other 2 were from 40 plus, but
right.
If you carry it over to last year, last year he was not good. I don't remember what the numbers were. So.
Yeah, I mean, he kicked a couple big ones, which kind of saves, sticks in your head, but you don't.
Yeah,
you don't
Minnesota.
Think about
Minnesota, I think he had that one right.
Yeah, that was the winner or the one in to get to overtime. So
a lot of comments about the reverse. People did not like that. A lot of comments about that in the chat, and.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think there's some good comments about, I don't think Leah has a designed carry yet, or at least an RPO where he's kept the ball. So you got to wonder whether, he's like Jeff said, maybe he's a little jumpy. It did seem like he calmed down a little bit in the second quarter, even though the results didn't particularly pan out much better. But the first quarter, he was jumping. He had the happy feet and he was airmailing some balls. But to his credit, I will say, I mean, he still hasn't, other than that completion on the corner, which I thought was going to get picked, he hasn't really thrown a pickable ball yet this season. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it does seem like he's
right there.
Yeah, I know. I probably killed it.
That was actually the one he threaded that one against Howard to, I think, was it Demas, the one that looked like
between the linebacker and the safety.
That was the same kind of window on that one. But
yeah, I mean, he's fitting them in the window, but he's not throwing reckless passes, I guess is what I'll say. If he's missing a pass, it's because he just airmails one. He gets too excited or his feet aren't set. the kind of fundamentals fall apart a little bit. You can kind of live with that better than just completely, taking risks like he was doing at times last season.
A lot of comments about Leah running the ball. A lot of comments. People that want him to, on an RPO, for him to keep a couple of times. They think Illinois is not paying attention to him. It might make them second guess themselves on future plays as well.
He doesn't look like he wants to run. Defensively, Jordan Mosley, man, I feel like I have to give him props because people killed him earlier in his career because he looked kind of like a linebacker running around at safety. He got beat a lot, but man, he's had like 3 really strong play. Broke up a touchdown at the goal line. Had like 3 really solid hits. I mean, he's become a pretty solid player.
Yeah, he deserves credit. I've crushed him mercilessly the past couple of years, especially out in coverage, and he's been much better. He does look a little slimmed down from where he was before, which is good. And that Braid kid, man, he's a missile back there. I mean, it's hard not to look at the defense even in a game like this that you're not really assured of winning and not be pretty excited about what the future holds. It's just, this is one of those survive and advance games, man. I don't have to sit here and like it, but you just got to find a fucking way to get it done. And I'm not going to care anymore. And then I'll be happy. You're 3-0. Like, it doesn't need
desperate teams at home, man. I mean, people always assume they just look at the talent, but situation matters so much. If Illinois is coming off 2 wins, it's probably not like this now, but this is like a fighting for your lives kind of, we can't go 1-3 or we're screwed kind of situation at home on a Friday night. So the traveling team is also, on short rest. So it was very predictable. I didn't think it would be this ugly offensively, but it's not surprising. Yeah, it's not surprising that it's this close.
Paul did
advance just going to make a few plays because I don't think the defense is going to give up much.
Yeah, I mean, I got crushed on the message boards this week. You go to the InsideMarylandSports.com message board. Your guy was getting pounded because I've been scared to death about this game, and I get told all over again I'm just, being a jerk, and I'm always too
battered
negative.
Housewife.
Yeah, battered housewife. Yeah, I'm a battered housewife. Have you watched Maryland football the past 25 years? I have. It sucks because we always do this shit, and we're doing it again. So now, again, I got a whole half. I still feel fairly good about the performance, just not the score. So find a way to get it done. I don't care whether it's 3 points or 30. Well, okay, I do care whether there's 3 points or 30. I'd rather have 30, but just get it done.
It did feel like they slowly started to take over, but it didn't reflect in the scoreboard that much. But it did feel like they kind of slowly started to get their bearings after like maybe about 3/4 of the way through the first half. For those first couple of possessions, they started to slowly impose themselves. But I think not enough yet.
If they're going to win, I have a feeling it's going to come down to like the defense getting a big turnover or something like that.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I think that's...
a lot of people have asked about Banks. Do you know how serious his injury is? And also Nasila Kite while we're at it?
Yeah, I mean, Kite is a turf toe, so I don't think he'll, that can be a nagging thing, but it's not a serious thing. Banks, the word is it could be more of a serious thing. I just don't like to speculate on injuries until they comment on them, but, it sounds like there's a chance. But the good thing there is that's your deepest position,
Right.
Kenny Bennett's a good player, too. He replaces him. I think he made a play early in the game. I don't remember. It was either a breakup or a stop on 3rd down or something. So he's a good – so they're pretty deep there. Obviously, you can't take another corner going down, but it's probably their best position.
Hazel as well, right? People like Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel's played a lot in the nickel this year.
Foley,
so he can play.
Foley.
Yeah.
So they've got some guys there. Gator, if he decides to not be like Superman, will be back there next
Well, he's
game.
not going to be Superman tonight. That's for damn sure.
No, that was funny. But
yeah, I mean, when they, like we talked earlier in the pre-show, I mean, when they had said, I guess they had officially said that Loxley's going to comment on the Banks injury after the game, which tells me it's probably pretty bad.
We got a lot of people watching right now. We're trying to build up the subscribers on our channel. So if you guys do us all a favor and subscribe, once we get to 1,000, there's a lot of things that happen. We can make some money.
Me and Larry finally get to get paid instead of Jeff, man.
And plus,
get that shit done. You don't even have to like us
subscribe, all that stuff.
You don't
please.
have to actually watch the YouTube page.
Please do us a favor
just
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
You're just helping us out.
Subscribing's not going to make you any money. You need them to watch, buddy.
Well, I mean, we'll worry about watching after the subscribers. Let's just get to 1,000.
Gradual, it's a gradual sales process.
They want us to keep it live for the second half. We
lure 'em in a
can't do
little
that,
bit.
right? We can't do
I don't have a TV
live.
where so I can't do that.
No, nobody wants to see me in the second half.
I might be okay with a short post game if they win.
fucking
If they
Christ.
win. But we don't have to.
Paul's gonna be
Maybe.
Paul's going to be so drunk by then, I don't think it'd be a responsible thing to do.
What are you drinking, Jeff? I got a scotch here. What do you got?
Drinking Diet Pepsi, man. It's been a long day.
And Jeff's got a gamer to write.
I got to
Man.
write. Yeah, I got to write after this.
He's got to come up. He's got to come up with 3 positive things to write in his and get out the content.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm not no drinks tonight. So
I'll tell you what. If Maryland wins, I will come back and do a post game show with Larry.
We'll do post game if they
And
win.
we'll
So
get-
everybody
we'll get-
watching
we'll
right
get
now,
lit.
we'll post it on the maryland.247sports.com message board, and we'll post it on Twitter for all you guys.
And if we
Larry-
lose,
If we
Text
lose,
Larry's
Leave
going
it
to be
at that.
texting me in the fourth quarter saying, "Hey man, can you think you can get lost on the post game show?" Guaranteed. You don't think
I
Seriously, nothing
Hey.
is better than Larry's
We're trying.
Larry's last minute text me "Hey, can you get President Obama?"
Yeah.
I mean, it's Illinois, right? He lived there before. We can do that.
hey, I actually made contact with a good football guest.
Oh, look at you.
Do you want me to say it? Because it's not
No,
confirmed
because
yet.
it's probably not going to come through.
Okay. Very good. An all-time great Terp. I will say that.
There you go. All right, hey chat room, I want to know your predictions for the second half. Put them down for me. You think we're
Chat
winning or you
room,
think we're
get-
done?
Give final score predictions, and while they're doing that, because they're about 23 seconds behind us, you guys go. Jeff and Paul, what do you think?
Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, fuck you. Oh man, I'm negative and I hate everything, but I think they might pull it out. I would say 17-13.
That's what I was thinking right around there. I was going to say 17-14. That's what, these games that are this low scoring, inevitably it opens up a little bit in the second half, like almost every time. So
I was going to say
Sounds about
20 to 13, so we're all right in the
That's
same.
fine. Let's hope. Let's hope, man. It's
I'll
gonna be an ugly place if they don't pull this thing out.
I'll take 5 to 3. Give me 5 to 3. I'll take that.
Give me
Get the win.
Give me a
Get
safety.
the win.
Give me a safety and a win. Again, this
All right.
season is a race to 6. Get me to 6 wins.
Everybody's still taking the Terps.
No way.
Not everybody. Most people.
Everybody in the chat.
Nah, we
I
had a
have not-
loss.
all the Maryland fans.
Where's
and-
loss? Oh, I see one lose. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Stephen
All right.
Boyer said they're going to lose 24-13.
All right,
But
Jeffy.
everyone-
Go
Everybody
right.
else said Maryland. Maryland wins. All right. Paul, second half is about to start. Everybody else, thank you for joining us at halftime. Please subscribe before you go. It's very
Please.
important to us for a few reasons.
Please
not
get
just
us
the-
paid.
Not just that. There's other
This
things
is hard
that you
work.
get. There's other things you get too if you get over 1,000, like the ways you go live and things like that. Anyway, please subscribe to us, and we will see you guys